Today's headline is about the ongoing debate that continues to divide South Africa, illegal immigrants being partly blamed for the growing unemployment crisis. This issue has once again made its way to Parliament, where officials are questioning just how much undocumented labor is affecting opportunities for South Africans. Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is a video and picture news about illegal immigrants being partly blamed for South Africans' unemployment, as heard in a recent committee meeting. Stay tuned till the end to hear where this news comes from and verify it for yourself. During a heated parliamentary session this week, members of the Employment and Labour Committee raised tough questions about the country's rising unemployment and whether the government is doing enough to protect local workers. The discussion turned emotional when one member suggested that South Africans are being overlooked for jobs in industries where illegal foreign nationals are commonly hired, from construction sites to restaurants, domestic work, and small retail businesses. According to the discussion, employers are taking advantage of desperate foreign nationals by paying them lower wages, avoiding taxes, and ignoring labor laws. As a result, South Africans, especially the youth, are being left out of work opportunities they are qualified for. This point has sparked outrage and frustration among ordinary citizens who feel the system is failing them. One member of the committee mentioned that in certain sectors, nearly half of the workforce consists of undocumented workers. They argued that while everyone deserves to make a living, the lack of proper documentation means that these workers cannot be taxed or held accountable under South African labor law. In the long run, this creates an unfair competition in the job market. Another member, however, cautioned against turning the issue into pure xenophobia. They said that not all foreign nationals are to blame and that the real problem lies with employers who exploit the situation. They called for stricter enforcement of immigration and labor laws to ensure everyone, both South Africans and foreigners, operates under fair and legal conditions. Officials from the Department of Employment and Labor were also questioned about how they plan to monitor and enforce compliance. They admitted that inspections remain a challenge due to limited manpower, but new digital systems are being introduced to identify illegal employment practices more efficiently. For many South Africans, especially those struggling to find work, this conversation feels long overdue. Youth unemployment remains alarmingly high, and frustration continues to build as people feel that opportunities are being lost to individuals who are not even legally in the country. Some community leaders have voiced their support for the committee's stance, saying South Africans have been patient for too long. At the same time, organizations advocating for migrant rights have expressed concern that such discussions may fuel hatred or discrimination. They argue that many migrants also contribute to the economy, working jobs that locals often avoid, and that blaming them entirely for unemployment oversimplifies a complex issue. Still, the reality on the ground cannot be ignored. In areas like Johannesburg, Pretoria, and Durban, locals have openly expressed their anger about being turned away from jobs while foreign workers are hired in their place. A resident from Soweto said he has been applying for construction jobs for months, only to be told that the company already has enough workers, many of whom are foreigners working for less pay. The unemployment issue is not just an economic topic, it's becoming a social and political one. People are losing trust in the system, and tensions between locals and foreigners have reached worrying levels in certain communities. Lawmakers have called on the government to balance compassion with control, ensuring that those who are in the country illegally do not continue to benefit at the expense of South Africans. The government has promised to review its immigration policy to prevent abuse of work permits and improve monitoring of businesses that hire undocumented workers. However, some analysts say this process will take time, and South Africans want immediate results. It's a difficult and emotional conversation, one that touches on fairness, legality, and survival. Everyone wants to work and feed their families, but when rules are broken, resentment builds. For now, all eyes are on Parliament to see whether words will turn into action. If you've been following the issue of unemployment in South Africa, this development adds another layer to an already heated national debate. Do you think illegal immigrants are really the cause, or is the government using them as a distraction from deeper problems? Let us know what you think in the comments. Before we wrap up, if you're new here, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more real news like this. We bring you verified updates, balanced views, and stories that matter to everyday South Africans. And just to lighten the mood a little, one South African commented online that the only job that never seems to run out is complaining about unemployment. Maybe they're not wrong, but we all know it's time for real change. All images used in this video are for illustration purposes only. News sources: ENCA, IOL, and Times Live.